Hello and welcome to my YouTube. How well do you remember the early 1990s? In 1990, I was 46 years old and I had been working for Apple for 10 years in Apple's education division. This was my ID badge at Apple. So who was president in 1990? Well, that was George H.W. Bush. This mafia boss was found guilty of 5 murders. Who is he? And that is John Gotti. Who is this host of The Tonight Show? And that, of course, is Jay Leno. In October of 1992, this guy enters the presidential race. Who is he? And he was Ross Perot. What's the story on how this Elvis stamp was selected? And the answer is, it was selected by popular vote. Who is this politician? This is Al Gore. What's the name of this space telescope launched in the 90s? That is the Hubble Space Telescope. What was the name of this tanker that leaked oil in Alaska? And that was the Exxon Valdez. On April of 1992, the longest-running musical in Broadway history closes after 6,137 performances. What was its name? And that, of course, was A Chorus Line. On August 2nd, 1992, who did Iraq invade, eventually leading to the Gulf War? Iraq invaded Kuwait. On August 19th, this conductor conducts his final concert. Who is he? This is Leonard Bernstein. April 29, 1992, riots erupt in Los Angeles after the acquittal of 4 white Los Angeles policemen on all but one charge connected with the severe beating of an African-American motorist. Who was that black motorist? And he was Rodney King. On July 5th of 1994, this guy launches his company, which becomes the world's largest online retailer. What is that company's name? And that, of course, is Amazon. Who is this first black president of South Africa? And he is Nelson Mandela. September 22nd, 1994, this sitcom first airs and becomes hugely popular. What is this TV show? This, of course, is Friends. April 19th, 1995, a massive homemade bomb explodes, heavily damaging the Alfred P. Murrah Federal Building. Where was this? And this was in Oklahoma City. October 3rd of 1995, a former football star in one of the most notorious criminal trials in American history is acquitted of murdering his ex-wife and her boyfriend, Ronald Goldman. Who was he? That, of course, is O.J. Simpson. On November 25th of 95, Pixar releases this movie. What is it? What's the title of this movie? This, of course, is Toy Story. What did O.J.'s lawyer say when Simpson tried on these gloves? His lawyer said, "If it doesn't fit, you must acquit." In Cleveland on September 1st of 1995, this was dedicated. What is it? This is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. On April 24th of 1995, what huge software did Microsoft release for the first time? And that, of course, was Windows. On December 31st of 1995, this final cartoon strip was published. What is it? And this was Calvin and Hobbes. What was this infamous FBI raid in 1993 that led to the result of the burning of this building? And this, of course, was the infamous Branch Davidian compound in Waco, Texas. The all-new Mickey Mouse Club kicked off its 6th season in 1993. Who are these kids? Here they are, and I'm going to give you a hint. You probably know all of their names. Okay? Here's who they are. Ryan Gosling, Justin Timberlake, Christine Aguilera, and Britney Spears. They were all Mouseketeers in 1993. What were these called? These were called Beanie Babies. What 1995 Spanish pop dance took over every club, prom, sweet 16, and wedding, and quickly became a pop culture phenomena? What was that dance? And that, of course, was the Macarena. What are these popular TV shows of the early 1990s? Ready? Who's this cast? What show were they on? And the answer is Twin Peaks. How about this family? This, of course, is The Simpsons. And who are these people? Seinfeld. And these people were on what show? The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. How about this grumpy-looking couple? Roseanne. These two guys, notice the tools in their hands. Home Improvement. How about this couple? The X-Files. What were these popular 1990s movies? How about these two gals? That movie was Thelma and Louise. How about these four tough guys? This was the movie Goodfellas. How about this kid? What was he in? That, of course, was Home Alone. How about these naval officers? And I'll give you a hint, they're not American, they're Russians. This, of course, was the movie Hunt for the Red October. How about this guy? A white guy dressed as an Indian. This, of course, was Dances with Wolves. How about this character? Who could forget this shot? This, of course, was Silence of the Lambs. This was the original of this series. And this, of course, was Jurassic Park. What did this guy star in? This was Schindler's List. How about these two tough guys? This, of course, was Pulp Fiction. And this, of course, is The Lion King. How about these two guys? I'll give you a hint. They're in prison. And this, of course, was the very fine movie, The Shawshank Redemption. How about this guy sitting on a bench? This, of course, was Forrest Gump. And what did Forrest Gump say to the lady on the bench? Probably the most famous line in the movie. And he said, "Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get." Who sang Smells Like Teen Spirit? These guys. Nirvana. Who sang Losing My Religion? This group. REM. Who sang Tears in Heaven? This guy. Eric Clapton. Who sang Everything I Do for You? This singer. Bryan Adams. Who sang I Will Always Love You? This lady. Whitney Houston. Who sang Nothing Compares to You? This lady, Sinead O'Connor. Who are these famous people? I'll show you your pictures. You tell me their names. Ready? Here we go. Who's this good-looking guy? This, of course, is Tom Hanks. Who is this lovely lady? This pretty woman is Julia Roberts. How about this guy? This, of course, is Bruce Willis. And this guy, Will Smith. And this actor, Leonardo DiCaprio. And this funny man, Robin Williams. And this lovely actress, Winona Ryder. And this lovely actress, Sandra Bullock. How about this basketball player, Dennis Rodman. And this funny guy, Jim Carrey. And this guy, well-known actor, John Travolta. In 1990, Adobe released its first photo editing software. What was its name? And that, of course, was Adobe Photoshop. Thanks for watching. I hope you had some fun.